What's up? What's up? Going good.
Thanks for your time on that Another Life.
Oh, for sure. Appreciate you.
Can you quantify in any way just the experience of being the new guy in town, learning the playbook, getting familiar with the personnel, particularly Jerry? How is that process going? How is it maybe similar to maybe even like your rookie year in Jacksonville?
I think it's very similar. For the last 4 years, 3 years for sure, I kind of been a familiar face with familiar guys. This is definitely a new experience, but I'm taking it all in stride, making sure that I'm, available and open to my teammates, learning the new playbook, the new terminology, even the small things, just like the scenery, being around. I'm taking it all in stride, and it's been going well so far.
How valuable were just those throwing sessions with Jerry out west?
Oh, very. Getting used to the way that he throw the ball. He's very consistent with the way that he throw. So, at this point, I kind of know where to expect the ball to be, or the type of passes, like as in velocity and things like that. So I think getting a head start on it and those OTAs was very big.
You see this as an opportunity to kind of reinvent yourself in a sense. You said new situation for you. Do you see this as an opportunity to kind of like that for you?
I understand that's what it is, but I'm just trying to make the most of it. Just trying not to. I'm not really here to cause too big of waves. Just do my part, and I feel like it's definitely bigger than me, bigger than myself. So I like the way that these guys work, the way they come to work every day, the professionalism that comes with it. So, I just find my way and do what I do best every day, try to be better than I was the day before.
Hey guys, we're gonna have Charles Harris over here.
How different is it practicing before you professional career as opposed to a rookie who's really everything?
I think it's very different because JG has more of a control on what's going on. He has more of an input. So I can go ask the same questions that I would ask Ben or Coach L. I can ask him. And so that helps a lot when I can go, straight to the source, the guy that's throwing the ball just on small routes, trying to figure out what he's thinking. So when I'm lining up, I'm kind of thinking in the same way. And we still got a ways to go, but just like today, a few plays I saw what he was thinking before he thought, and I asked him if that's what he was thinking. He said, yeah. So just small things like that are really helpful when you have a veteran QB like he is.
I know it's early, but just your impressions of Ben's offense and what they're asking of you and how you're going to do this.
It's not one-dimensional at all. It's very complex, but it makes sense. The way that his vision for me, I agree with it. A lot of things that I do well is, as in my strengths, he feels the same way. So he moves me around more than I usually would have been moved around past in my career. And so it's still a learning curve, but I'm enjoying it. I like the challenge of running different routes, being in different spots, not being stuck in one spot for any too long of a period.
What do you view as those strengths?
Just being able to stretch the field, horizontally as well as vertically. Vertically is cool, but it's so much field, to run across horizontally that he allows in this offense, which helps out a lot, and then you can start, maybe starting off on the left, running the route to the right that comes back to the left, small things like that.
How's the competition with this receiver group? It seems like you're a bunch of young, hungry guys. Like, how's the competition being in that group?
It's great. Every day, everybody come to work. Somebody's making plays. There's never any bad blood in the room. It's always supportive. People, just getting together, learning, leaning on each other, and that's something that I've been doing myself, leaning on these guys to, kind of, just get the culture, what they got going on. They're very hard workers, which inspire you to work hard. Most of these guys are still on the field, so I think that's big for the competition in a sense, but it really just makes us all better every day.
Yesterday, that's what practice to leave
My bad.
Yeah, so just explain that concept a little bit more.
of stretching the field horizontally. Most people think of it as just vertically, but how does that impact the defense, and how does that sort of evolve over the year? What's your understanding?
You know, just if they're in man or match, you can stretch the field on goals and posts, but also crossing routes where the same guy has to cover you for more distance across the field, let alone than just a releasing up the field. And that comes in when you have slants, daggers, things like that, as well as the vertical routes as goals, but stops and comebacks and all those things.
Yesterday after practice, Khalif Raymond was saying that with the addition of you, getting Jamison, in addition to what they had last year, they have potential. You guys have the potential to be one of the top wide receiver units in the North. What do you feel about that, and what do you think will be necessary to take that lead?
I agree. You know, I feel like we definitely have potential, but, you know, we just have to keep stacking these days so that when it's time, you know, we show up. That's the only thing that really matters is showing up on Sundays, you know. So I feel like the work that we're putting in now is great. You know, we have hard knocks and things out here, but I feel like as long as we working quietly, just putting in day after day, when it's time to show what we can do, you know, we can take a lot of people by storm. And one thing I appreciate about these guys, they're never in the media focused on, you know, trying to being listed as top 10 on ESPN or anything like that. It's nothing that we ever talk about. It's just a standard that we're trying to set amongst each other. So I really appreciate that about, you know, these receivers.
I saw you spend some time with Jamison and the special teams crew there. Is he trying to stay involved? Do you like where his head's at? I mean, it's a tough situation for him, and kind of what do you provide in those conversations? What is he curious about?
You know, I'm just here to be, you know, a brother, you know, make jokes, keep it light, but also when we're talking about football, just experiences, his college experiences, what to expect in the league, you know, keeping, you know, when you're on the side watching, sometimes those days become longer than, you know, what they usually are. So just keeping him engaged, keeping it lighthearted. I know he's putting in his own individual work to get back, and I know he's excited. So, you know, I'm just here so that when he is back, you know, he can jump right in and we can keep it pushing. You know, I think he's going to help us a lot. So, but the biggest thing is being a teammate, being a brother at this point. It's good. You know, it's still a work in progress. Every day I come in, I work a little harder. Today, spending more time before coming out, you know, but I'm the type of guy I don't want to let any of these things hinder me. So we have a good training staff that put a plan together for me. But yeah, like any other injury, it takes time, but I like where I'm at this point in my recovery.
Thanks, DJ.
All right, thank you guys.